All right, here we have our seated hip adduction machine, adduction, meaning coming in. Think about kind of adding into something. So the pads are going to be out here and your legs will go on the outside of those pads to come in. Now, I'm an advocate for having it kind of at the fullest range of motion and working from there so that the weight stack doesn't sit down in between your reps. But you could definitely adjust it to fit your range of motion. And the way you're going to do that is right over here. If you want to come over here, I'll actually adjust from the front. So the adjustment on this machine is going to be right back here. This peg here lifts up to allow you to drop it into any of those holes there. So right here is the furthest. That's the range of motion that I advocate for, but you can definitely bring it in if you feel like that's necessary for you. I'm going to leave it there for our purposes here today. That is really the only adjustment on the machine besides your weight stack. So your weight stack is a simple peg, stack selectorized setup here. So you can go ahead and put it in wherever you need it.
Do you recommend adjusting the distance apart now or when you get in the machine?
I usually adjust it before, but
yeah,
you could do it either way. But you're going to find that before is going to be a little bit easier, especially on this machine, because typically we're kind of fighting it a little bit with our range of motion, which is what you want. Whereas if you were already sitting in there trying to push it that far, it would be hard when it's not up against the weight of the machine. So I'm going to go ahead and show you my preferred way to get into this machine. I like to come in like so, and then sit down and place my feet.
Because it's easier to go wider with your legs when you're standing versus seated.
Correct. Yeah. As opposed to the alternative is, you know, sometimes people sit down and then they try to swing one leg and then I could, but it's going to be a lot trickier to swing the other leg. So yeah, try to start standing and then go ahead and carefully sit down and then feet onto the pegs there. From there, just sit up really nice and tall, squeezing in all the way till you make that contact. And then control back out. And again, this is at the full range. I can set the stack down, but ideally we wouldn't be able to do that in either way. Like just make sure you hit this full range. Whereas you can see if I had the shorter range in there, I wouldn't be getting as much as I could out of this exercise. Go all the way and squeeze in.
It's good flexibility. Yeah. Most people can't go quite that wide. If you lean forward a little bit too, it makes it a bit harder.
That's what I was just gonna say. So something to be mindful of is just your positioning in your body here, because if you do lean forward, that makes it a little bit harder. Something to watch out for. Sometimes as people are doing this, I'll see them kind of sit up out of the seat. So be really mindful about staying seated, isolating those adductors. And this one also has handles, which are really helpful for keeping you grounded in that way.
You see people bouncing off the bottom sometimes too.
Yes, yes. Make sure that you always sit down with control right here, that we're not bouncing. So.
Yeah. And just kind of a really quick note too is like this one, you'll feel it right away, but it is hitting your adductors, whereas the outer abduction machine is more glute.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it though.
All right.